Hello and welcome. You are listening to episode 88 of the Nearly Men Video Games Podcast, coming to you live on Twitch from Scotland on Thursday, 27th of May 2021. I am Colin Little, and joining me tonight is Paul Kaczynski.
Hello there.
And Blunderboy87.
Dang.
Together, we are the Nearly Men, and this episode of the podcast is brought to you by executive producer Hamster Boy. We have nothing to do with the video games industry. We don't make them, we don't sell them, we're not even particularly good at them, especially Dead by Daylight. We are the Nearly Men, and at some point you have probably kicked our asses online.
True story. True story.
and teabagged in the process.
Teabagged in the process. Yes, people have already noticed that Blunder Boy is with us. Hello, Blunder Boy.
Hi. For those who can't see, I now have blonde hair, just to keep everyone on their toes. What's my natural colour? No one will ever find out. I don't think I've ever had my natural hair colour since we've done the podcast on Twitch live.
Oh.
Blunder's he's actually full ginge.
I am not. It's actually a beautiful ashy blonde for a change.
There is nothing wrong with ginge.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with ginge. I just said that's what it was.
You said it as if it was a bad thing.
How did I?
Fair, if it was accidental carrot ginge, then it would have been like a wee bit, he's trying to do the hair thing, which has happened before, and I just had ginger hair for about 4 months, and I was like, I'm blocking it. I was not blocking it.
We just know that Blunder would definitely be able to rock it. You'd be living your aerial best life with orangey carrot hair.
I think you'll find Ariel's get red hair.
I know, exactly. but it's like, it's that sort of ready. It's a bit orangey. It's a bit orange.
I forget the McDonald's toy for 1989.
That's been sitting in the sun.
I probably do actually. Somewhere we were Happy Meal fiends back in the day.
I love a Happy Meal. Oh, cheeseburgers.
So yeah, I've managed to derail us almost immediately, so that was very good. That's probably a personal record.
Right on brand.
How are we doing, gentlemen? How are we doing?
Good, tired, but good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, well, Mr. Kaczynski got you're what 2.5G? Is that right?
I'm 2.5G at the moment.
Magnetized.
Reception's all right.
Aye. You got your first dose today.
Aye, I did.
So that's because Paolo's a pensioner. But
top of the list.
But you're feeling okay at the moment?
Okay at the moment. So what's that? Where am I? I'm about 8 hours since I got it. 7 hours since I got it. So it's all right. It's all right so far.
That's good. No sore head or anything?
No yet. I've got the total fear, as I was saying to you guys earlier today. I've got the total fear. I'm praying it's just a normal kind of, it's a jag and you feel a wee bit off, but I've got the total fear that it's going to floor me. But positive mental attitude.
Yeah, that's it. It'll be fine. Listen, if anyone sees like Paolo just like fall off his chair at any point on Twitch, just I don't know, give us a wee cheer or something. I don't know, something that'll let us know.
Subscribe.
Just if Paul falls off his chair, give like 100 subs, and then we'll definitely know to check on.
Sub will add 3 minutes to his life, so we just need to until the ambulance gets there.
That's it. I think that's the best way for everyone. You can save a life. Anyway, we're mucking about, right? We're mucking about, but we have heard an awful lot from our lovely community tonight. They've all been playing an awful lot of games, which is fabulous. So we're going to hear all about that and what the community have been playing. Blunder's got some updates about his favourite game, and me and Paolo's favourite game for the next 48 hours, which we're going to hear all about as well. But if you would like to be featured in the podcast, if you would like to make your thoughts or the games you're playing known, then you need to get in touch. And here is how you do it.
Reaching the Nearly Men is easier than ever. Search for the Nearly Men Video Games Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or your preferred podcast player. We stream on Twitch. Follow Colin at Colin_NM. Follow Paul at Paul Kaczynski, all one word. Follow Gary at Blunderboy87. And let's get social on Facebook as The Nearly Men. Twitter and Instagram, where we are at nearlymen, or go old school and email us on info@thenearlymen.com. Need all that again? Links are on our website, thenearlymen.com. So what are you waiting for?
Yes. So what are you waiting for? Well, there is a couple of things happening. I'm going to just touch on a little thing that we're actually not going to be covering a little later tonight. But tonight there is a PlayStation State of Play. It's going to be on PlayStation's YouTube channel. I assume might be on their Twitch channel as well. But anyway, they're going to be showing, I think, Blunder, did you say it was like 16 minutes of gameplay?
Yeah, I remember thinking, that's an odd amount of time, or very specific. But yes, something like 16 minutes of gameplay and 40 minutes of other footage.
Of Horizon Forbidden West. Now, actually, at the moment, as we're recording, the stream's already gone live on YouTube, and they're just sort of showing, it's almost like security camera footage from around the map. It's just sort of the sort of biomes, I guess, of the world, and sort of ambience, and you can see like birds flying about and stuff. You don't really see any of the kind of robot dinosaur things really moving about. Those ones. But what it does show is how gorgeous the lighting effects are. It looks stunning, and it's probably the first time that I've got a little bit of excitement about Horizon Forbidden West. I platinumed the first one. I know Blunder played it through. I don't think you played much of it, or if any of it, Paolo.
I've not. I'm saving it, and I might play it soon because it's now in my library.
Yep.
Ah.
So I, it was, I enjoyed the game, but just it never really blew me away. It was good, but I didn't really have the affinity with it that a lot of folk do. I know some of the members of the community are big fans of it. I'm pretty sure Bry2208 said it was basically his favourite game in the last gen.
You raved about it at the time. You really enjoyed it. You thought it was beautiful.
It is beautiful. I find there's some really lovely moments in it. I think it's got some really great mechanics, and I love the idea of these massive big dinosaurs, the big sort of T-Rexes and stuff like that, have these huge weapon systems on them, and you can target them and like blow off these big cannons off the side of the T-Rex, and then pick it up and use it against it. That's a wonderful mechanic of using enemies' weapons against them. That's fabulous. The world's gorgeous. I just wasn't mad on the story. The story was fine. It just didn't really do it for me. But I'm kind of hoping that it'll be a bit sort of Assassin's Creed 2, where this one will really come to life, and I am starting to get a wee bit more excited about it. I think it'll be quite good. And yeah, it looks in the chat. I see Andrew from Arcades super excited about it. A big fan of the original Horizon, and looking forward to it as well. So I think it'll be quite good. I'm certainly going to keep an eye on it. I think we believe it's 10 p.m. tonight. So
I think it was 10, yeah.
So people watching live, this is probably not much use to podcast listeners, but people watching live, 27th of the 5th, at 10 p.m. BST, it's going to be live, the State of Play. Obviously, you'll then be able to watch it on demand, all you podcast listeners. If you haven't checked it out, you certainly should.
Is there not going to be Dying Light 2 dropping as well today?
I believe
I've seen someone streaming that, and I was like, "Wait, what? Huh? Who? What?
I believe there's news about that. I know Scruffy's quite excited about that. I did see Scruffy has got in touch about that. Looking for some Dying Light info today. I don't think the game's coming today, but I think there's news coming. And if
bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We have Frozen.
I think it's quite exciting.
And they're back. Hello. Sorry, gentlemen, you froze there. You froze there for a moment. Last we heard is you don't think the game was dropping, but news was dropping.
Oh, forgive me. I think that apparently, according to what Scruffy said, I haven't found a definitive answer, but I don't think the game's out today, but there's news coming. And of course, there's the...
today, that's what it is.
Yes, and the Xbox Bethesda E3 thing's coming as well. So, yeah, lots of exciting news. Lots of exciting news.
Woo.
Goodness.
We did
Meanwhile,
also.
not so exciting news.
well, no, yeah, you're right, Paolo. For you and I, not so exciting news, but I know a whole
I'm
load of the community
kidding.
were hugely excited about this news, and it's almost as though that the developers had decided to wait for our special event that's coming on Saturday night to drop all this information. So to get it all while it's hot and steaming straight off the press, Blunder Boy, our Dead by Daylight correspondent, please take it away.
So on Tuesday night, Dead by Daylight did a big 5th anniversary stream, and they released so much information, but also hardly any information at all. They kept doing this thing,
clever girl.
we're going to be looking at this stuff, but we can't tell you about it, and we're going to be looking at this stuff, but we can't tell you about that either. And it was like, oh fuck. But they did talk about a lot of things. I mean, it's been going for 5 years. That in itself is quite impressive, because I remember at one point everyone thought it was going to die after a few months. They really nailed this area of the market. But they did this big showcase. It was really well done. They had all their fog whisperers involved and clips of those. They had a video montage of every killer's opening video. It's actually on just now, and it really built up the hype. And I'm just going to run through some of the things that they spoke about. So they kind of talked about their journey in 5 years, and they originally started with 3 killers and 4 survivors. They now have 24 killers and 27 survivors.
Oh my!
Like, it's mental.
Growth.
And it's this year. I think this year we're getting 4 survivors and 3 killers, but some of them we already know, because next month on June the 15th. We get the next chapter, chapter 20, which is the Resident Evil chapter. And I actually was screaming when they played the video. It's got the video started, and it's got Meg Thompson running through the streets of Raccoon City. And I was like, they must have known I'm a Meg main. That's why they've put her in the video. And next minute, a wall erupts, and a fist comes through and punches her, and she goes flying through the air and smacks into a police car. And Nemesis stepped through, and I was just like, oh! And then as he's moving forward, his tentacle comes out, and then you hear bang, 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 and Jill and Leon appear, and they're shooting at him, and that was the reveal. So June 15th, we are getting Nemesis as a killer, Jill and Leon as our 2 survivors, and we get the RPD map, and it is so I played the PTB, and it is pretty much a full-on replica of the map. They've added in extra doors. They've added in extra passageways to make more sense. There's no dead ends, but it is like a scale replica of the map. It is a huge map, and it's going to be lots of fun. Nemesis is a killer. He's the first killer with AI support. So when you play Nemesis, zombies spawn, and the zombies can help you in the map. So the first time zombies hit you, they'll infect you with the T virus. The second time they hit you, they'll damage you, and then the third time they hit you, they can down you. You can be downed by zombies.
Oh my days!
And they act like homing beacons, so they'll move towards where the survivors are, so Nemesis can track them. So if you're hiding in a locker, the zombie walks up and stands in front of the locker.
I could do getting Nemesis.
Yeah,
that might be what I need.
Nemesis himself, he's the tallest killer in the game. He almost pokes out the top of the killer screen. His head's like right at the top. His main attack is he just smacks you with his fist. Like, it is quite satisfying. He just goes and then his special attack is his tentacle. So it's like a whip, but it's better to think about it like a hatchet or a trickster's blade or something, because you can dodge to duck it. And it's kind of similar to zombies. The first time you use your tentacle, you infect a survivor with the T virus, then you damage them, then you down them. The more you infect them, the first infection, and the more you kill zombies with it, your tentacle gets stronger. So by the third stage, it goes further distances. It does more damage. He's terrifying. He's big. He's stompy. He's fast. It doesn't put survivors over his shoulders. It puts them under his arm. And when he gets to hook, he literally just throws them on it. Like, it's intimidating. When he kicks gens, he just kicks it one time. It's really, because every killer dunts things twice. He just gives it a solid boot. And when he breaks parrots, he like puts his fist together and overhead smashes it. Everything about him feels big and terrifying. So he's a lot of fun. You get the rest of the week to play the PTB with him if you're on PC. So Keller's excellent. So Jill and Leon, very good survivors. They have very good perks. They add a new dynamic to the game where they have craftable items that damage the bad guy. So
Oh.
Jill has an explosive, a pipe bomb she can put in a generator after she's done 70% of the generator. You get your action button and she puts a pipe bomb in it. And then if the killer kicks it, it blows up and it stuns them. If the killer doesn't kick it, it respawns back in your inventory, so it's not wasted. And then Leon has a flashbang, so if you do 50% of a gen, you go in a locker and it creates a flashbang which you can drop, and again it blows up and stuns the killer. So these are going to change the way the game's played. And they're adding, that's what they're looking at. So after they revealed the Resident Evil chapter, they start talking about their roadmap for the next year. And one of the big things they're looking at is the game health. So they're going to look at major focus in game stabilization, optimization, and gameplay fixes while improving their internal processes and technology. Basically, they're going to start looking at improving the gameplay mechanics as well. I think they're going to look at adding a bit of something else in, like you were saying, Colin, before we went live, a bit more to the game for survivors. They're thinking about maybe a pre-game event, so maybe something to speed up using generators, like finding gasoline or something, maybe. They're going to look at varying the map, so they're not so flat, then a hill, then flat. They're going to look at alternating terrain and like up different levels that aren't just first floor, second floor. So they've got quite a lot of plans to add the game health and improve that.
That's good to hear.
The roadmap here is, so this year 6 will get a total of 4 new killers, 5 new survivors, and 2 new maps. Now they've said they're not doing new maps that are original, so this means there's at least 1 more licensed killer and map coming this year.
Ooh.
So we don't know what that could be. So after Nemesis, Jill, Leon, and the map, there'll be 3 killers, 3 survivors, and a new map coming. And then they've got the new archives coming, and they've got a buttload of events. They've got their major anniversary event, which is coming soon, a major Halloween event, and 2 smaller events, which is the winter event and the lunar event. So like they're very busy. They're constantly updating the game.
Yeah.
I've said that a lot. They're also adding in a new type of totem. So now the little piles of bones you can do as survivors.
Yeah.
So there's usually dull totems, which are just there, but can be used for like inner strength where you heal in a locker. There's hex totems, which the killer use. So when you use a hex totem, it goes on fire, and if a survivor finds it and breaks it, it deletes that power the killer's using. So if you're using Rune or Devour Hope or something else, Third Seal, as long as that totem's burning, your power's active, but then you use it and your power's gone, and it's a risk-reward situation with that for killers. Because it gives you such powerful assistance, there's a risk of losing it. However, they are adding a third type of totem called a boon totem, and it's for survivors. Now, this is one of the things they're like, we're going to do it, but we're not going to tell you more about it. So all we know is that it's blue born the bones. People were theorizing that maybe you're going to break the bones as a survivor, and then you'll get a boon. That character will get a boost of some sort. It could be a speed boost or a gem boost or a health boost. It could be that you've got to keep it lit, and maybe the killer can smash that boon. So if the killer finds those burning bones, it can smash them. We don't know, but again, it's adding that extra layer to the game. It's adding like longevity, changing up the way you can possibly play the game. So that sounds interesting. The Mori system, the Mori is when you can kill people. So originally you could do Moris after first hook, and it was ending the game dead soon for people. So now they made it you can only do them after you've been hooked twice. But then the use of Moris has gone down a lot because people are like, I'm not wasting time for that. They're gonna work it in the system so it's a reward for playing well as a killer. So you might have to do certain things to then Mori whoever you want. So again, it's going to change the way you play as a killer to try and add something different to the game. And they mentioned the keys, and the keys might be going down something similar, that to get a key to escape through the hatch, you'll have to do certain things within the game to receive that reward, the risk-reward factor. They did speak a lot about going back to horror they want to go back to that fear of not knowing what's going to happen and that
yeah.
fear of what's coming next. And they're also doing that with the graphical update, adding that layer of realism to the new survivors and updating old textures and updating the old maps. Gosh, there was so much. They've got a Pride event coming up.
Good.
So it's called. So their hashtag's always been Into the Fog. Now they have hashtag Into the Rainbow. And they've released a Pride charm for killers and survivors. So if you go to the Dead by Daylight store, put in Pride, you'll get a little rainbow charm, and it lasts forever. It's not timed. It's going to be there to claim whenever.
That's great.
So that's cute. They're doing a thing with artists. They want to get their fans who are into art and either sell their art in t-shirts or use their art for promotion. It was a bit interesting. It sounded interesting, but I wasn't quite sure what they meant by it. But again, they're wanting to be more involved with the community in that way. And the 5th anniversary is coming up July 1st to July 15th. For those 2 weeks, you can gain an anniversary crown. Kind of looks like a floating WhatsApp, I'm not going to lie. But it's a kind of status thing. So as a survivor, you have to find the crown and escape the match. As a killer, you just have to find the crown. There's also going to be a community challenge outfit and charm you can unlock by the community doing a goal. It might be like as a community, unhook 1 million survivors or something like that. Like, so as a community, you're gonna have to work towards a global goal. And for those 2 weeks, you're gonna be able to get this is quite cute. You're gonna get items that when you use them, get confetti explodes out of them. Like it actually makes that wee noise. And there'll be blood point boosting items. So at the 4th year anniversary, it was a Ghastly Gato, and you got 100% blood points on top of what you got. So you could and you were getting matches where everyone in the killer brought one, so you were getting your blood points times 500%. It was wild. Like, you were zooming up levels. It was a great time to be alive. So that's going to happen again. Anything else with the anniversary? Oh, during the anniversary, you're going to be able to get free iridescent shards, enough to unlock one character for free. So you don't have to pay for the character. If you own all the characters, you will just get iridescent shards, and then the Shrine of Secrets are going to reduce the cost of perks so you can buy more perks during the anniversary if you've got all the characters. I have all the characters and all the perks, so I will just be getting loads of blood points.
Oh. So there's sort of something for everyone then.
There is, and they have a custom console giveaway. They've customized a PS5 and an Xbox Series S, and it's got a trapper face and a wall, so that's a competition. I mean, so there's tons. They got a bit of backlash last year with being a bit rubbish with their events. They got a wee bit. People weren't very happy, so they've clearly went away, thought long and hard about their events, what they're giving the community, and they've listened to what people want in the game with life changes and stuff like that. So to me, they're definitely on the right track. And it's going to be another strong year for Dead by Daylight, which is good because we've got so many people into Dead by Daylight now.
Well, yeah, So what I was going to say is, it's really nice to see that they really are embracing their community. That they're really games like this, they live and die on their community. They need to keep their community going, and it's nice to see so many things. The fact there's more licensed killers, the fact there is more, and the growth in the game has been massive. But it's nice to see that they're also not necessarily sitting on their laurels and they're tweaking things, because it's an interesting one. I was saying this just before. I would like a little bit more to do as a survivor. I think it would make it a bit more interesting. So something like Gathering Fuel, or just a little bit more strategy. I wonder if maybe they would remove some of the generators and have a couple of other objectives that the survivors had to do, and whether it's something like they have to do, as you said, gather fuel, or perhaps they have to assemble parts to then take to the generator. So there's a bit more of a strategy involved, and perhaps there's a few more stages, because the game works in a lot of stages. The kill. There's various states of living or dying for the survivors. There's a sort of rule of 3 with that. There's a rule of 3 when you're hooked. The killers each sort of have a sort of rule of 3 with their progression as they move up. But I think this is the problem that both me and Paula feel is, we just don't really like repairing generators very much. I would just love there to be a little bit more to do, and I think it might also make things a wee bit more interesting as a killer. Because rather than just checking every generator, there would be other things you'd have to check, and I think that might make the game more alive. Now, as I said, you know, there is a community of this game who are obsessed with the game. They love the game. So, you know, the devs are it might just go, nah. They might just go, nah, I'm not interested. But I do think that to encourage other, you know, encourage growth, encourage more players to come to the game, a bit of variety might make it a bit more interesting. I think it would certainly potentially encourage me to play it a wee bit more. But there's no denying. I mean, there's always an element of if it's not broke, don't fix it. I think if they're going to change things, they should only do it to improve it.
Absolutely. They're as I said before as well, they're adding a practice mode for killers where I think it's Wraith you're playing as, against 4 bots. And I think that's them testing out if someone DCs a bottle spawn, so that it's not like suddenly you are. So they're actively trying to fight against things that are going wrong in the game. There's a new report system coming in as well. I'm not quite sure that's going to work because people, I think they'll be able to tell if people are abusing it or not. But the killer practice will be good, even just to learn the mechanics and basics of the game, especially a killer like Wraith, he's decent. He's not the strongest. He's not the weakest.
So you did mention that members of the community are really getting into this game. And it might just be because there's something exciting happening in the next couple of days. Blunder, what is happening on Saturday?
So, on Saturday, the 29th of May, 2021, at 6 p.m, right here on the Nearly Men channel, you will be able to witness the first ever Nearly Men Dead by Daylight competition. It's an invitational, so please don't feel disappointed. Like, I never know how to enter that. What we did is I gathered or invited 10 members of the community who I knew either liked the game or could be bullied into playing the game.
Me and Paul.
Like your Paul, and it's a test run to see how the competition or tournament would work. There's many different types of tournament for Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight at its core is not a competitive game. There's always going to be ways to make it unbalanced. So it doesn't work as like an esport, but a fun, friendly tournament can work. So this is our big testing for it. And can I say the teams are sensational. We have Team Barbecue and Chillin', which is made of Diet Punk, Josh Sandwich, Queen of the North, Magic or Die, and MJ Play Games. And I must say, Team Barbecue and Chillin' have been on it with practices. They've had Sunday night practices. They've been communicating.
Team Barbecue and Chillin' are a bunch of absolute VLs, by the way. I mean, we're the cool kids. We're just going to turn up and win, and they're just a bunch of VLs with nothing better to do. They're just like, oh, we better practice for we got to practice for the tournament.
And speaking for Team Dead by 615, is Colin and Paul Sensei, Husband, Original Steven, and 404. So, I mean, the only non-streamer there is Husband, and even then he pops up occasionally on MJ Play Games. So it's people that have been part of the community, they've supported the community, and have a community interest in Dead by Daylight themselves. I have everyone's perk list, which I'm looking at right now. There's some interesting builds, I'm not gonna lie. There's been some smack talk on the Twitter, where it's been very funny. And I think everything's almost good to go. The trophies are almost made. There are prizes for first, second, third, fourth, and fifth place. But all of that will be revealed on
fifth place, right, Paolo? We know what we have to aim for. Fifth place.
I'm right on it.
Well, you get first, second, third, then first runner up, second runner up, and then the other 5 who don't get to the final round. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be good chat. It's going to be a bit stressful, I think, seeing this is the first time doing it. I'm going to be a bit like, oh my god, what am I doing? But that's the point in this, and because it's small scale, it's going to be kind of a wee bit chill. And hopefully, if it works and it's enjoyable, it'll open up to a bigger kind of tournament where people will be able to make their own teams and be able to do like this is where my lack of sport knowledge goes down. Like, what do you call it when you have like different rounds? Like
rounds in a cup?
Do you call them rounds? So like your
But
qualifiers.
you would have like groups, for instance, and then you might have the round of 16, for instance, and then you'd have like the quarterfinal and the semi-final.
So we'll have all that. So it'll be like qualifiers and stuff. And then the final. But again, that's a bigger monster, which I don't quite know how to work yet. So
think of how badly how little appearances we'll make if there's qualifying rounds. I hope the Nearly Men get a bye. I hope that we get a bye to the quarterfinals or something.
I don't know. Paul Kaczynski's been awfully shy about coming forward with things, and then next minute he just says, "I'm playing this colour and I'm doing this," and I was like,
original Stephen told him everything.
I think
that was purely because I had a deadline and I'd already missed it by about 3 weeks, so I thought I'm gonna have to build something here.
But it's gonna be lots of fun, and there's gonna be ways to give people bonus points. There's gonna be best dressed survivor, best dressed killer, some other things. I don't have
any of the fancy outfits.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to put together a really nice basic outfit.
Do you call it basic? Do you call it basic? You're basic, mate. You're
basic. But it's gonna be fun. So 6 o'clock Saturday night here. Bring your sweeties, bring your dinner, bring your fun times and your Mickey Mouse juice. It should go until about 10ish, I'm thinking.
Paolo and I will be out by about
6:15.
6:15.
6:15 exactly.
We've been very clear. We've been very clear about what the hell's happening.
Excellent. That's going to be very exciting. So be sure to catch us right here on twitch.tv/The Nearly Men at 6 p.m. on Saturday, the 29th of May. Ooh. Right. That was a big meaty news section from a day where we didn't think we had that much news. Paolo, could you give us a few wee crumblies, wee morsels,
morsels? Of course I can.
What are these crumbs?
So Elite Odyssey launched. So if you don't know Elite Odyssey, it's the single player. Well, it's not a single player. It's the first. Jesus!
He's got a swearing.
That's a vaccine. It's a vaccine.
That's it. The vaccine makes you swear.
35 minutes, right? It's the Elite Odyssey is when you can get out of your ship and walk about. Basically, it's the first person shooter side of Elite, and it was it launched woefully, absolutely woefully, to the point where David Braben, the developer, said, "I would like to apologize wholeheartedly to those who have been suffering from these problems." He says it'll be patched. The Steam reviews, the people attacked it basically with negative Steam reviews, and just everybody's fed up with it can be patched later attitude that they've got, which I'm kind of with. Headlines for you then. Days of Play sale has started. Mm-hmm. The highlight that I saw was if you go to game, even though they're horrific, if you go to game, you can get The Last of Us Part 2 for $9.99. $9.99
is a hell of a deal.
It's a bargain, isn't it? It's a bargain.
That is a whole lot of game, regardless of I know it wasn't necessarily to everybody's taste, but the quality of that game, that and the sort of size and scope of it, that's a whole lot of game for a tenner.
And I think there is £5 postage on it, just to really rub it right in. But even still, 15 quid for that's no bad at all. Your last crumb today is an interesting one. A lot of people know I play FIFA. EA made $1.62 billion from Ultimate Team in the last financial year.
What?
$1.62 billion in the last financial year. So 1 year. That's over Madden, FIFA, and NHL. I think they've got an Ultimate Team in. To put that into perspective, Minecraft in the last 10 years has made $3 billion. To give you an idea of what that kind of sale is.
Now, do we have up-to-date figures of how much of that $1.62 billion was spent by Dun 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 Jokey Dun?
I mean, at least the 0.62.
I'd have thought so. Good, that's wee $500 million.
Aye, he can throw that out. That's your Cozy's Crumbs. Do you want to know what's happening with Game Pass?
Do we?
Yeah, you do. 25th of May, the other day. Remember, it's all retroactive these days. Man-Eater came out in console, PC, and the cloud. And then today...
Here she comes. Whichever boy here she comes.
Today, on the 27th, you got Conan Exiles on console and cloud, Fusion Frenzy on cloud, Joyride Turbo on cloud, Slime Rancher on PC, Spellforce 3 Soul Harvest on PC, Solasta Crown of the Magister on PC, and MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries on console. And that is your Game Pass.
Very nice, very nice. Moving swiftly on, as I'm being informed in the chat that I'm getting reported for DMCA. It's time for the subbies.
Yes!
Extra subbies.
We've got some quite exciting stuff coming. So Games with Gold, let's get the Xbox side of town. From the 1st to the 31st of May, so you've not got long for this one. You've got Armello, that's a digital board game. Also, from the 16th of May to the 31st of May, we've got Dungeons 3. That's an RTS. And also, up until the 31st of May, you get Tropical 4. Kind of management sim on a tropical island where you're a dictator. They're fun games. Coming from the 1st of June. So the 1st of June to the 30th of June, the whole month, you've got The King's Bird, which is a platformer. For the first half of the month, the 1st of June to the 15th of June, you've got Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, which is a fighting game. From the 16th of June to the 30th of June, we've got Injustice Gods Among Us. That's the DC Universe beat 'em up. It's quite good. From the 16th of June to the 15th of July, I still don't know why they do their dates this way. You've got Shawdaw's. Is that a spelling, or is that actually called Shawdaw's Awakening?
Who wrote Shawdaw's on the script?
Anything you write in that script, I guess it's Shadows Awakening.
Well done, Colin.
RPG Shawdaw's is like, what? Anyway, so that's your Xbox Games with Gold. Over on the PlayStation side of town, there's some great games here. Still here until the end of the month. You've only got a few days to go, though. You've got, of course, a big favourite of the community right now, Wreckfest. That's your PS5 game. I've not had a chance to play it yet on PS5, but oh my goodness, it will be gorgeous. It'll be gorgeous on PS5. Also, you've got Battlefield 5. This is a really great game. I really enjoyed the Battlefield games. That's PS4. And you've also got one of my favourite games. I was streaming it again the other day, Stranded Deep. Guys, go out there and get Stranded Deep. Add it to your library. It is a wonderful game. It's definitely worth playing. So then in June, this is pretty much hot off the press. We've got some great games coming for you as well. There's a co-op adventure game coming to the PS5. It's called Operation Tango. This looks really interesting, actually. I think it'll be quite good fun. Might be quite a cool one to stream. Also, you've got Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown if you want some beat 'em up action, and of course another game that we were very excited about that probably hasn't quite had the attention it needs. It's no doubt going to get a big influx of players with this. It's Star Wars Squadrons, which of course that's for PS4, and it's also PS VR, and it actually is brilliant in VR. So that was your subbies.
Sing the song. Sing the song.
Subbies. Subbies.
Beautiful.
I had to sing this song or Paolo would swear at me again. So, listen, what we've been playing. We've got a couple of things to do. First of all, let's jump to Thursday night. Last week we played some multiplayer action, and we decided to jump into an alternate universe, World War II, where we were taking on the Zombie Army 4. We've found out a few things about this game. It's a lot of fun. It's bonkers, and Blunder Boy seems to be ludicrously good at it.
All right. Sparking conversations that Blunder Boy is the best gamer out of the three of us.
It's disgraceful.
I never said it. So it must be true.
Planted.
It was a lot of fun though. Absolutely bonkers. But yeah, it was nice to get a kind of story-based co-op campaign where we could just blast our way through and just sort of have some fun. I have no idea how this scoring system worked. I have no idea why I never got a single kill cam the entire night.
was raging. It was absolutely raging.
Pure Balin, you guys are like, oh, kill cam. Oh, kill cam. It's like, what's my kill cam?
We are basic cam.
Where's my GD kill cam?
Colin, to get a kill cam, you have to kill things. That's how you get points.
Kill you, mate. I'll kill you, mate. Paolo, what were you thinking of? That
was bonkers, wasn't it?
Aye.
I mean, there's no. I don't think I'd sit and play it. It was fun playing it with you guys, but it's not on my list to finish on my own.
Yeah.
I'm not going to devote my life to finishing that very interesting campaign, but it's a good laugh with pals.
I was bonkers. It was good fun that way.
Complete madness. Controls bit janky, but the headshots were satisfying.
Yeah, but it's of course made by the same developers who make the Sniper Elite games, so all that sort of kill cam, super violent sort of like headshots and things like that. Was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right. You know, Paolo, it's fair to say that over the last couple of weeks, both you and I's gaming prowess has been called into question, and Blunder Boy's been lording it up there on cloud 9.
I've been very humble.
Aye, and the game that started off essentially the weeks from hell for us both, Paolo, was the one and only Returnal. Now, when last we spoke, Blunder had fluked his way past the first boss. I had finally beaten the first boss, and Paolo was lagging behind. But Paolo, I believe you do have an update for us.
I did it.
You did it.
Do you want to know something else as well? Right,
yes.
You with your 90-minute run, and you with your I finished it as well. I'm the only person to do it on stream. I'm the only person with proof.
I've got proof as well because my PlayStation captured the trophy event. I showed it on stream. Everybody saw it.
They can be fake though. I did it live. People watched me do it. I'm a hero.
I mean, you say that.
Yeah. I did it. I mean, 24 hours, a full day of gameplay. And
did it literally take you 24 hours to do that?
A full day of gameplay.
That's like a Final Fantasy game.
That was wild. That was like, that's a whole disc. That's a whole disc.
I have not got that amount of time to play video games.
That's like half a Kingdom Hearts 1.
Paolo does not have that amount of time to get good.
It's brutal. But satisfying. Very satisfying. And I'm loving Biome 2. I'm enjoying that.
It's very June, isn't it? It's very June.
I like how it's different as well. It's not just harder. It's different. Which
it's
I like.
So different. I think that's what works. You're just like, whoa.
Yeah. It's a fabulous game. I haven't had as much time to play it this week as I wanted to, but even as I'm watching, I'm like, I've got to get right back into it. Right. There's even stuff still to do in Biome 1 that I need to go and do as well, but I'm also I kind of want to keep pressing on. It's a fabulous game. It really is. I think it's this sort of surprise game for the year, but at the same time, not really a surprise because it's Housemarque.
Yeah.
We should have known they were going to be excellent. I had hopes because they were excellent, but it's brilliant. It's really brilliant, and it's a really good game. I can't wait to play more of it, and I definitely will be playing more of it. So Blunder.
Yeah.
There was a game that came out this week. You got your grubby paws on it, and you were actually streaming some of it last night. It is, of course, Biomutant. What are you thinking?
I'm loving it.
Ooh.
It was not what I expected. I actually don't know what to expect. So basically, I think one night during the week, someone mentioned it in stream, and I was like, "Is that zombies?" And I googled it. I was like, "That's not zombies," but I was like, "What the hell is that?" And then I woke up on Wednesday morning and chose poverty, so I bought it. Because it's expensive. It's 55 quid on PSN. I was like, I'll get paid tomorrow, that's fine. And I wanted to stream something last night that wasn't Dead by Daylight, and it was just a bit chill. So became a Biomutant. I went in thinking I was gonna be like Watership Down Rabbit thing. It's like Watership Down on acid.
Yeah, it's a bit sort of like Conker's Bad Fur Day, kind of
Yeah,
Banjo Kazooie, not Banjo Kazooie, but yeah, very much
it's
Conker. It's a bit rude.
no, it's not rude at all, really.
Is it not? I thought it was.
No, it, it's hard to like explain it. So basically, you play this rabbit, rat, squirrel thing, but it's wearing clothes and it's got a gun and swords, and you're like, I don't know what's happening. Um, but basically, you just kind of little scripted tutorial, and then you get to build your biomutant. And it's really in depth. There's like 5 different kind of what you would call in like Elder Scrolls your race. So there's like 5 different races, and it changes your genetics, which makes your head really big or small. It's really weird.
Oh,
And you can change your agility and
like
strength and that
DK
sort of
mode
thing.
and
Yeah,
Goldeneye.
so if you make yourself really intelligent, your head's huge. If you make yourself really thick, your head's tiny, but you get big muscle arms. Um, but you can upgrade your genetics as the game goes on, and then once you do that, you get to change the color of your fur. So I've made mine look like a mogwai.
Oh,
Um,
sweet.
and then you get to choose your class. So there's like a rogue, there's like a soldier, there's one that uses it uses the biotic powers and like floats in the air, which is very Diet Punk. I thought I went for a saboteur.
So
So
sort of
it's got
explosives and stuff.
well, they can like they're really fast and nippy, so they're more like a rogue than the rogue to me. And you use the things that Raphael uses in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Side daggers.
Yeah, the Psy, so you get Psy. Um, so then the more I played it,
Raphael's my
so
favourite. He's my favourite.
well, it's mental. You're just doing all these wee moves with your Psy, and then you just is it called stabbing pig, and you're like that jabbing rapidly at it. The combat, there's a lot. I've done 2.5 hours, and it's 2.5 hours of tutorials. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
It
it's like
throws
No
a
Man's
lot,
Sky.
but not like the story's constantly going. It's a bit overwhelming at the end of it. I was like, I had to stop early because I was like, this is great, but my head is boiling.
Oh, buzzing.
And it's good because it drips you the story, and you've kind of figured out, right, it's set in the future at Earth, and they've got all these. They've grown up in Earth's ruins, but they call everything that we know different things. So it's
Okay.
really funny, like what we call a toilet, they call the water dripper or something. And then they calls their dad their popsy. And like there's just lots of adorable moments. It decides to like emotionally destroy you like 10 minutes in with your backstory.
Oh my.
Um, but it's huge. It's not huge. It's got a big world and it's very Zelda-esque. You get told there's 4 things to go stop to save something. Go do it. But then when you're in the world, you've got to go make pals with tribes and try and get the tribes to unite, or assassinate the tribes and try and save the world that way. So like there's a morality system. You've got a little angel and devil that appear and argue and batter each other as well. Um, so it's good. It's very full on. Like it does everything. It's got crafting. It's got leveling up. It's got powers. It's got class levels. It's got personal levels. It's got good and evil choices. It's got morality choices. It's got tribe systems. It's. I was a bit like my head is burst.
Mm.
So
But
it's
the
no,
weirdest thing
sorry.
so far is when they pee in a signpost to mark its location, which is funny. But it's very child friendly. It's like Fern Gully meets Watership Down meets Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on acid. That's what it is. Like it's
Sold.
it's mental, but it's so good.
mental. I see Andrew from Arcade has referred to it as it's Ghost of Tsushima with furries. So
Almost, well, it's got a very Asian inspired soundtrack and stuff.
So there might be a bit. Some of the combat looks
It's yeah.
quite sort of
Like there's parry, there's dodge,
martial
there's
arts
special moves.
inspired.
Well, it's all called. Is it Wung Fu? It's called martial arts is called. So your mum
Right.
invented Wung Fu.
Hmm.
So it's very tongue in cheek as well. It's just it is a trip, and I'm only 2.5 hours in.
It's interesting because it's not getting very good reviews. It appears that it's not been particularly. I don't know. Some folk have said that it's not great. It does seem to, but it does seem that you're having a great time with it. So it'll be interesting to see what you think of it once you get a bit more time with the game.
Yeah.
As I said, none of the reviews seem to be saying it's terrible, but they all say it's a bit meh. But I caught a bit of your stream last night, and it looks gorgeous on PS5. Gorgeous.
Like when you
super
sprint,
smooth.
it
really
goes
nice.
no fours and like runs like a wee rabbit fox thing.
Yeah.
And when you're fighting, like comic pow booms and that pop up, which is fun. Like it's mental, but in like the best ways.
It sounds refreshing.
Yes, and it's a game you could sit and play with kids because there's no swearing so far, and it's all very moralistic and these are the choices you make in life and they have an effect and everything you choose has a consequence and like it's quite moralistic in that sense, but it's not like bashing over the head with it and it pokes fun at itself and stuff. It's like a kid friendly Assassin's Creed.
Brilliant.
Meets Worship Down, meets Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So, Blunder, you have been playing a couple of other games.
Yes,
Just give us a quick rundown of the
Nothing
other
really to
two
talk
games
about.
you've been playing.
I got the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It's Mass Effect, without as much Ass Effect, because they've edited some of the scenes.
That's true.
I mean, Mass Effect was always a gorgeous game. I don't know if I'm watching it going, that's gorgeous now. I'm going, was it this gorgeous before? But it's lovely being Shepard again. I skipped Mass Effect 1 because I just finished that on the original version. So I went straight in with Mass Effect 2, and Mass Effect 2 is the best in the series. It's a glorious game. Like, you could just have that in itself. So, again, maybe not worth the $59.99 if you're not a pure diehard fan. You could wait for a sale. But it's Mass Effect, and it's giving you that back. And I've been living my mermaid fantasy with Subnautica Below Zero, which is a sequel to Subnautica, and it's basically Subnautica but more. It looks better, like not majorly better, but it looks better. There's more land to explore, there's more things to make on land, and it's all got this frozen Arctic feel to it.
It's a bit chilly.
And yeah, it's chilly, and there's big beasties in that water again. I just got, what's it called? A sub truck, and it goes when you drive it, and it's very funny. But I know I'm loving Subnautica Below Zero, and like I've got a few games now that I'm loving, and I'm finding it hard to rotate them, like because I want to play them all.
That's it. I don't have an awful lot to go through. I did finish Resident Evil Village. I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. I am quite keen to try it again, to play through again. I think it's a very good companion piece to Resident Evil 7. I think it's probably a more rounded game than 7, but I'm not 100% sure that I necessarily like it as much as 7. But it's really great. It's really good. I of course am playing Sea of Thieves. There, guys and gals out there, all you pirates, there is a special Golden Glory weekend that has started now on Sea of Thieves. It's now until Monday, I believe, at kind of midnight. So you're getting increased rep, you're getting increased gold, all that's increased renown. So get out there on the seas and start earning some stuff while you can. And of course, I had a quick jump back into Stranded Deep the other day, and I still love that game. It is a PS Plus game. I cannot recommend enough that you go back and see it. The game has had a big update fairly recently. It's a much more stable experience than it's ever been before on consoles. It's got a lot more of the new content added in. There's more animals and respawns. I've got a lovely house. That's
a wee house.
I built a helipad for my gyrocopter. I then flew to, did my same thing I did before, flew to another island and ran out of fuel, lost all my boxes. I'm now properly stranded. I am stranded in Stranded Deep, so that's great. But it's a brilliant game, and I would heartily recommend you all try it. It is definitely worth grabbing. It is the PS Plus game. Get it before the end of the month, the end of May, or you're gonna miss out. Paolo, you've been playing one game. I know you were looking forward to it. It's on Game Pass now. It just recently came to Game Pass. You've been playing SnowRunner. What are you thinking?
Do you know, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really so much so that I think I streamed it three streams in a row. It's so chill. It's so chill. It's exactly what I was hoping it would be. I remember watching yourself play it as well. I was always keen on Mudrunner, never got around to playing it. But then when they snuck this onto Game Pass, essentially the night before it came on, they said this is coming on Game Pass tomorrow. And I just thought, now's the time. Now's the time. And it's so satisfying. Such a satisfying game, and it's just lovely and chill. And there's a lovely wee community that come with it as well. And it'll definitely be getting played more.
You've got an actual wheel?
I've got an actual wheel.
He has.
I love it.
I've got an actual wheel and pedals and a gear stick.
Oh,
That's brilliant.
The gear stick will be very useful in it. The gears are very important in that game.
I'd started streaming it without the stick, and the gears are like, if you can picture a Formula 1 car with the wee flippers behind the wheel, if you
flappy paddles.
Aye. And the wheel adds so much more immersion in it. I couldn't comprehend playing it with a controller now. It's so immersive. But the gears were the flappy things behind the wheel. So when you're turning the wheel and you're trying to get it in reverse, you have to hold one of those and use the D-pad to slide it and move it into reverse. Okay. Whereas now it's just that stick, ching, 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 and it's so much easier to kind of go back and forth. And it's so immersive. And it's just lovely and relaxing. And again, it's one of these games, I'm finding myself to actually start playing more of these games that have that essence of it should be a boring game, but it's not.
Yeah, such a dad.
I remember seeing Lemmy stream this yonks ago, like when the game first came out, and it was like everywhere, and I remember seeing like he was quite obsessed with it at the time, and I was like, I just don't understand this game. And I jumped on the stream one time to watch, and I was like, why do I want to play this? Why do I want to play this game? I can't figure out why I want to play this game, but I really want to play it. And it was really quite expensive for absolute ages, and then I think it dropped in price at one point when I bought it. I bought it a few months back of PS5. Well, it's the PS4 version. And I really like it. I need to go back into it and play some more. But the fact that it's on Game Pass now, any Game Pass subscribers, you need to give it a go. It's really, really gorgeous, and it won't be for everybody, but it's quite fascinating, and you'll be amazed at how much you'll enjoy it. I think, even if you don't necessarily think so. It's a great game. And I just knew Paolo was going to love it. Funnily enough, the night I saw it I saw really late. I was on my phone on Twitter really late, and I saw that announcement, and I was like, "Oh, I need to tell Paolo." I was like, "It's a bit late at WhatsApp, though. I'll speak to him in the morning." And then the next morning, I saw in the Discord, you were like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh, well, there you go." Yeah, it's a really good game. I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Right. Time's marching on for a show where we didn't have an awful lot of information. We didn't think we had a lot to talk about. We did. We just sort of like wound up Blunderboy and let him go for a bit, and he kept us going.
I can't talk about anything for much tonight. I think I
said. So, of course, the viewers have been in touch. We always love to see what the community are playing. So Tommy B298 got in touch via the Nearly Men Discord, saying Wreckfest. Obviously, we'll find out why that's been happening a little bit later on. Wreckfest, obviously, and Thronebreaker in the meantime, which is basically a top-down turn-based Witcher game where the battles are done via Gwent. There we go. Jamsy42's been in touch also on the Discord. Wreckfest, SnowRunner, which is great. Some Warzone with the 80s theme. Nakatomi Plaza is now on the map. Do you know, if it wasn't about 400 megabytes to download, I would be all over that, because I would love to get in and explore Nakatomi Plaza. It does look gorgeous. Jamesy continues, but everyone goes there, so you're not alive for long. Yeah. You can play as John McClane and Rambo, but they cost 2,400 COD points each, £17, so they can jump on with that.
£17 for a skin?
Aye, that's wild.
What?
That's wild. But then again, we were talking about how much people spent on Ultimate Team. There's folk out there that spend that sort of money.
Indeed.
Subtle Sraff's been in touch via the Discord again. Finished a replay of Unravel with much swearing and undignified yarn deaths. I've never played Unravel, but I can imagine I'd have lots of swearing and undignified yarn deaths myself. Scruffy also got in touch via the Discord. Also playing Wreckfest, SnowRunner, Sea of Thieves, watched Resident Evil 8. Yes, Scruffy pretty much watched my entire stream on that. Great stuff. Hyped for Dying Light 2 info, hopefully today. Conan Exiles on Game Pass, brackets today, ? And Green Hell, yes, Green Hell on Xbox June 9th. I really want to get into a survival game. Also, the Xbox Bethesda E3 thing is only 90 minutes, which is great news for everybody. That was fabulous there from Scruffy. I am very excited about Green Hell as well. You know I love my survival games. It's basically stranded deep in the Amazon rainforest, and I've watched the wonderful Colonel Frosty play this before on Twitch. It is awesome. I think it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. Nat Pacino got in touch. Well, Yuzi
Sorry,
gifted me
Colin. See, before you go on, I thought I'll just look it up just in case, just because you're talking about it. Dying Light 2 now has a release date. It is December the 7th, 2021.
Oh, nice.
This year, wow.
And pre-orders are just about open, and they've dropped a trailer. So that was half an hour ago. They've done that.
Oh, sweet.
Happy days.
Sweet. Excellent. Thank you for that, Paolo. Nappuccino says that will Yuzi gifted me a copy of Stardew Valley, and I have developed Warcraft levels of obsession with it. I love it. Yep. Sherry Poppins is obsessed with that game as well. Diet Punk, newly minted Twitch affiliate. Diet Punk, congratulations, pal. It's mainly been Dead by Daylight practice for Saturday for me this week, although I did get the chance to try out the new Resident Evil chapter, and I'm really excited for it to launch properly.
Ooh.
Hashtag Team Barbecue and Chilling. PLs. Audentior got in touch via the Discord, getting back into Cities Skyline and finally landed in Dakar after 14 flights.
Lovely.
There we go. And finally, Bri22 on the Discord says, usual Fable 3 on stream for me, but played some Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, Phasmo on PC, and Octopath Traveler and Sea of Thieves via Game Pass. And I just downloaded Forza Horizon 4 to finally get round to playing it, which I know is 3 years late. 3 years late, probably.
It's a beautiful game, though. It's a beautiful game.
There we are. It is a gorgeous game, and of course, it's got Edinburgh in it as well, and very well realised.
It's not bad, not bad at all.
It looks very good. I mean, there's as ever, there's a few streets missing and all that, but it does look fabulous. So that's what the community have been playing. If you would like to know for a future episode, or to tell us for a future episode what you've been playing, here's how you get in touch.
We'd love to hear from you. Find us on Facebook as The Nearly Men, Twitter and Instagram, where we are at Nearly Men, or email info@thenearlymen.com.
There we go. Yes. A little peek behind the curtains. Now you know I've made a few mistakes. Every time I do that, I now get dogs abuse when that little thing's on. So just
everyone staying silent, absolutely silent.
Every time you hear that, I'm getting pelters from my fellow Nearly Men. Anyway, so here we go. It's the new releases. Let me just fire through these. We, of course, have on the 27th, so that's today. There's a couple of games launching today. We've got Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormground. That's coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Also today, it comes Oddworld Collection. That's for the Switch. Tomorrow, that's the 28th, that's Friday, 28th of May, we have Song of Horror, the complete edition for PS4 and Xbox One. We've got Roots of Pacha, that's for the PC, and we also have World's End Club, which is coming to the Switch, so they're all on Friday. On the 31st, we've got Fallen Knight coming to PC, and on the 1st of June, how are we in June already? On the 1st of June, we have Necromunda Hired Gun. That's coming to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. On the 3rd of June, we've got Pro Cycling Manager 2021 coming to PC. And also on the 3rd of June, we've got Monster Harvest coming to PS4 and Xbox One. The 4th of June sees DC Superhero Girls Teen Power launch on the Switch. And also on the 4th, we have Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. That's coming to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Oh, I am excited about this one. Coming on the 8th of June, we have Chivalry 2. This looks a lot of fun. This is coming to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series consoles. I'm quite excited about that one. I think that could be a lot of fun. On the 10th of June, we've got Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. Remember, there's a free PS5 upgrade for the people who own the game, who bought the game. But I don't think you get that if you got it in PS Plus in March. But it's also bringing in some extra stuff. Yuffie's in it. And what's the other character, Blunder? Yuffie.
I don't remember Yuffie's pal's name, but it's the Yuffie DLC is PS5 exclusive. It won't be coming to PS4.
Okay, there you go. PS5 exclusive. So
And
if you're
paid,
a PS5,
not free.
That's right. It is paid this chapter. But I know there'll be a lot of Final Fantasy fans out there very excited about that. So that's coming on the 10th. God, I remember they announced that, and it felt like it was ages away. Also, the 10th, you've got Ninja Gaiden Master Edition. That's coming to the Switch. And on the 11th of June, we have the Persistence Enhanced for PS5. Ooh, PS5. Is that? I wonder if that's an exclusive. Certainly only launching on the PS5 that day. Also on the 11th, we've got Guilty Gear Strive coming to PC, PS4, and PS5. And finally, I did not even know this was coming that quickly. On the 11th of June, I'm quite excited about this. I loved the last game. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, PS5 exclusive, and of course from Insomniac Games. And it looks a lot of fun. It looks proper Pixar quality, and just bonkers fun as well. Is there anything jumping out at you guys out of that list?
Song of Horror is good, but I have it in PC. Very good horror game. There's clips of me screaming when playing that.
Okay, get that one for Paolo then.
And obviously the remake Intergrade. I'm looking forward to that just for the graphics upgrade and the Yuffie chapter.
I still have to finish Final Fantasy VII Remake. I was really enjoying it, so I'll probably wait for the PS5 upgrade and then play through it. It's very good. It's very good. I'm quite excited about Ratchet. Anyone else? Anyone else
Ratchet
for Ratchet and Clank?
Nah, I'm no. I mean, it's all right, but I'm not desperate for it, to be honest.
Did you play the other one?
I did play the other one. Yeah, I did play the last one.
I was very pleasantly surprised by that. I basically jumped on one day just because it was a PS Plus game and went, "Oh, I'll give it a go," and became obsessed with it. I was like trophy hunting and everything for it.
I rage quit at the end because that last boss can go down the bad file.
That last boss was a pain in the bad place.
Is that the one with all the platforms?
Aye, and lava and all that sort of stuff. It was a nightmare fight.
I don't know if I ever bet that, but aye.
I did, but there was something that I couldn't do. I mean, I'm like maybe 2 trophies away from the platinum on that, and for some reason I gave up on getting it because one of the trophies was a nightmare, or maybe I missed something, and it's like I'm not playing this game through again. Get a bloody trophy. But
Chivalry 2, I'm quite excited for. I think that's got another open beta this weekend.
I think we could have a lot of fun with that. We could have a lot of fun with that on a Nearly Men stream or something. We should maybe see if we can get a hold of it. I think it could be a lot of fun. I think
it's a good few members of the community that'd be into that as well.
Yep. And you know, I think it's similar to Mordhau, which I really like actually. I haven't played it for ages, but Chivalry 2 I think might be a bit more accessible because it's console as well, and I think it's crossplay as far as I'm aware. So could be an awful lot of fun. Could be a lot of fun. I don't think there's much. We've got questions from the chat. Let me see. I'm very confused. I'm going to need some help here, Paolo.
That's fine. Basically, Subtle Straff was saying as the housekeeping video was playing, that's the wee Maverick, isn't it? It is the wee Maverick. Does the voice for that?
Yes, it is indeed.
MJ Play Games came in and asked, "Who is that perfect blonde himbo?"
It's me.
Well, we've all been wondering.
I think we know
who that is. And Sherry Bobbins was asking, has Cyberpunk not been fixed yet?
No, it has not, Sherry Bombs. Poor Sherry Bombs bought me that as a Christmas present, and I have played the grand total of 3 hours on it since December. Well, maybe slightly more than that, but I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for them to fix it. And do you know what? It's a real shame, and I'm getting increasingly annoyed with them on the sort of online presence where they keep dropping all this stuff on Twitter and all that about, oh, Nightwire Radio, check this out. Oh, isn't it such? And you're like, no, fix your game. Right. Stop putting your nonsense on Twitter and fix your goddamn game. It's beyond a joke now. You had so much goodwill to begin with. You lost so much of it. I still don't think it's available on the PlayStation Store. It is an absolute embarrassment. And I know that Bry says that it works a dream on Stadia as far as he's concerned. I know that people say it's a wonderful game on PC, but you cannot just go, oh, well, it's lovely over here, but just don't worry about all that fire over there, all that flaming wreckage over there. But look at how wonderful this is. Yeah. The game's broken. The game is broken badly, and they need to fix it. And it's really disappointing. I'm gutted because I was super looking forward to it, and I think I will eventually really enjoy it. But I saw somebody putting some clips up the other day, and albeit they were putting up various clips of it broken, bugged beyond belief, but the sheer amount of clips that they were putting up made me fully aware that the game is still in a terrible nick on consoles, and it's just a real mess. I can't believe it. Right. So, upcoming streams, gentlemen. We of course do. Well, I'm going to give you the grand position in a moment, Blunder Boy. But beforehand, we're going to jump forward to Monday, right? Paulo, what have you got on Monday?
Wreckfest, baby.
Oh yeah.
The Wreckfest community tournament will continue on Monday. We're at week 3 now. Week 3 of 4. So this Monday and the following Monday is the last 2 weeks. It's purely for fun. It's members of the community. Let me try and get it. It's Random Bloke, Audie, Alnubist, Colmac42, Scruffy, Tommy B, me, and Jamesy42. That's who's in it. And Random Bloke's in the lead by a point at the moment.
Yes, it was super exciting. Super exciting when I caught the very end of it last Monday, and Random Bloke shooting straight to the top of the leaderboard. Yeah. Lots of fun.
It's lots of banners. It's good fun.
So you can catch that on twitch.tv/Paul Kaczynski on Monday at 8 p.m. kickoff, Paulo? Is that right?
Indeed.
Yeah, there we go. So that's that. But the main event of everyone's calendar this weekend is right here on twitch.tv/TheNearlyMen at 6 p.m. BST, where the gorgeous, what was it? Who is that perfect blonde himbo? Well, you can find out because that perfect blonde himbo is going to be presenting. Perfect blonde himbo, what would you like to say? Give it the build up.
Oh no, I haven't heard.
Elevator pitch, go. Come on.
What's that elevator pitch?
It's like 10 seconds. 10 seconds to sell it.
Right. Do you like murder? Do you like people going hooks? Do you like people blowing up generators? Well, come along to the Nearly Man Invitational Dead by Daylight Tournament, Saturday, 29th of May, 2021 at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Watch Colin get teabagged.
Teabag.
Furious, absolutely furious, but accurate. I have to say, Blunder, I was quite impressed with how much you went for that there. That was very good. So there we go. That's what you need to do. You'll see Paulo and I. Will we disgrace ourselves? Will we surprise everybody? Will we kill something? You realise that all these Dead by Daylight fanboys and fangirls out there, if they get hooked by Kaczynski or me, then they might as well just give up.
Shame.
Might as well just give up. Shame. Finished. They'll be finished. I can't wait. I'm going to tunnel them all out of the game. So that's what I look forward to. Is there anything else to say, gentlemen? Have you got anything else you would like to, any points you'd like to make?
Just don't miss it on Saturday. It's going to be a good banter.
Aye, yep. Gonna be a good laugh.
Yeah.
Paulo, this is our last chance to get the flame war going with barbecue and chilling. Do you want to just throw some shade at them?
Barbecue and chilling, more like barbecue and failing.
Sick burn, bro.
Barbecue and chilling our VLs. Okay, well, there we have it. So this episode of the podcast, episode 88, was brought to you by executive producer Hamster Boy.
Mr.
Producer. The next episode will be live here on twitch.tv/TheNearlyMen. That will be episode 89, and that is at 8 p.m. on the 10th of June.
What?
Yeah, I know. But with that, I think thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Paolo, thank you so much for your company.
You're welcome.
Blunder, thank you so much for bringing your glorious himbo-ness. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm contractually obliged, but it's all good.
You are indeed. You are indeed, aren't we all? That's why we're here. And with that, we'd like to say a great big thank you to you all, and we will see you all very soon. We will see you on Saturday for some Dead by Daylight. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and stay safe. Paolo, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Blunder, say goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
And it's bye-bye from me. See you soon.